Hey everybody, NecroVMX here, and welcome to part 3 of the McJuggernuggets Exposé series, where I will be going over another 25 reasons or pieces of evidence that McJuggernuggets, aka Jesse Ridgway, does make fake videos on YouTube. And I just wanted to thank you guys once again for the great response I got to the first part and the second part, especially the second part. You guys left a lot of great comments. I did get more text messages and Skype messages and Steam messages and all sorts of shit, emails and crap from people telling me how much they enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, just a little while ago, I was streaming on Twitch, and a bunch of people who came by were telling me how much they enjoyed this series. So here's part 3. And I want to let you know, if you guys are fans of McJuggernuggets or haters of McJuggernuggets or whatever, and you're watching his videos and you see something in a video that I've covered of his that I missed, let me know about it, and I'll include it in a future video, and I'll, of course, give you full credit for it. Just don't tell me anything about videos that I haven't gotten to yet, because it may very well be in my script already. That being said, let's continue on with number 51. We were talking about Psycho Dad Wreck's car, so let's move on with that. Number 51. So Jesse's current car, the one that he drives now, is visible in the Psycho Dad Wreck's car video. It's the same one that he claims, I bought a nice used car instead of fixing my old one because it would have cost too much. As I mentioned, he later changed the story to say that his car had been in the family for a while, it was owned by his mother, and then his brother bought it from his mother, and then he bought it from his brother, or whatever. But then, if that's the case, why is he seen driving it in so many older videos, complete with the Juggy's vanity plate, while the Mitsubishi has never been seen in older videos? Bad liar is bad. Notice that the car behind Jesse's car, not the one getting broken, his actual car, is actually parked insanely close. It's like an inch away. Why would anyone park that close? Well, so that at no point would the lack of a license plate be visible in any of the shots, as Jesse obviously removed his plate and put it on the larger car that was being broken for the video. The fact that he later said that he got a nice used car and then later claimed it was in his family the whole time is amazing, considering how many old videos you see that this car is in it, with the vanity license plate visible, or you see him driving it, or both. Number 52. In Psycho Kid's Halloween bloodbath, Jeff Sr. and Korn wake Jesse up on Halloween wearing masks, menacing him with a chainsaw while Korn squirts ketchup on him. It's pretty funny, excepting for the fact that if you pause the video at the right time, you can see ketchup on the wall that looks a little different, and rather than looking like it was squirted on the wall, it looks like it was smeared on there by hand, or it was there for a while, meaning that it's either already there for effect or it was from a previous take. Most likely the ketchup was put there. As you can see, it does not even run straight down, but rather is smeared diagonally. Some of it even appears to go behind the Halo poster, which would really be one hell of a squirt. Number 53. Psycho Dad Chainsaws Xbox One starts with Jesse attempting revenge for the previous video by doing the same chainsaw prank to his parents, only he leaves the chain on the chainsaw, causing his dad to freak out and break his Xbox with a chainsaw and an axe. The weird thing is that immediately after yelling about the chain being on and Jesse turns the chainsaw off, Jeff Sr. immediately starts yelling about violence in video games, which is such an odd leap that I can only conclude that the line is scripted. Number 54. I should point out that it seems interesting that whenever Jeff Sr. goes into full Psycho Dad mode, he wears a hat. If he's not wearing a hat at all, he somehow procures one right before going ballistic. This video has him being woken up from a dead sleep by a chainsaw, immediately yelling about violence in video games, and then he snags a hat and puts it on right before destroying the Xbox One. It's almost like he needs that hat to get into character. Number 55. In Psycho Kid Ruins Thanksgiving, the entire thing starts because Jeff Sr. is trying to get Jesse to say grace. For some bizarre reason, the family is having Thanksgiving dinner in the basement, and look at this cast. Aside from Jesse, his brother, his parents, we have Aunt Melissa and Uncle George, who are actually not related to them, but are just his mother's friends. And where is Georgie, their son? It seems weird that they would have Thanksgiving at a friend's house and leave their son behind. That's just very strange, especially considering that their son, is friends with Jeffrey and Jesse, so why wouldn't he be there? So we also have his dad's parents and some girl. This girl later turns out to be Jeffrey's girlfriend, whom later has the name Kate. I'll be speaking a bit about her in the future, after the video where she breaks up with him and she's not seen again. But if she's dating Jeffrey, why is she sitting between Jesse and Jesse's grandfather? Well, because Jeffrey's filming and everybody had to be in frame, necessitating that Jeffrey sits at the foot of the table. Aunt Melissa has a couple of lines, so she sat next to Jeffrey instead. Number 56. Speaking of this girl, she's not a very good actress. At several points, you can see her stifling a laugh, and when Jesse is about to flip the table, she reacts and moves away from the table before he even does it. Number 57. Once again, right before starting to yell at Jesse, Jeff Sr. pulls a hat out of nowhere. It's almost like he had it in his lap, waiting for that moment to get into character. Number 58. In the Psycho Family Apology video, they set up a lot of future storylines. This is really an episode that's all about foreshadowing. Jeff Sr. tells Jesse due to what happened at Thanksgiving, he won't be getting any presents for Christmas. That gets Jesse angry because he wants a Wii U. This sets up not only the Christmas video, but the entire ongoing bit they have with Jeff Sr. breaking Wii U's and seeming to be obsessed with breaking that particular system. And if you're wondering why, it's probably because it's cheaper than the other two consoles. Number 59. Remember how I said that Jesse likes to copy Waffle Pone? Yeah, I said it a few times, actually. The next video, Psycho Kid Torches Christmas Tree, is eerily reminiscent of a Waffle Pone video, where the kid, Steven, or in this case Jesse, is led to believe that he didn't get anything for Christmas. He freaks out, he drags the Christmas tree out into the yard, he douses it with lighter fluid and burns it. It's pretty much the exact same video. The twist here is that even after this display, Jesse's mom Terry gives him a Wii U, which is pretty amazing after the spectacular display of idiocy he put on in this video. Of course, it's all a series, right? Number 60. I also have to mention that part of what sets off the whole drama in this video is that Jeffrey's getting an Xbox One for Christmas, which he did not ask for. However, in future videos, we see Jeffrey gaming exclusively on PlayStation 4, and that this Xbox One is never seen in his room or mentioned again. Clearly, it was Jesse's Xbox that was put there to move the story forward, or it's just a box without an actual console inside, which if you see the way the box moves around when Jeffrey puts it down, it does look like it's empty. Number 61. Later in the video, Jesse acts surprised to see the camera, even though it's been sitting there filming the entire Christmas gift exchange, and in a recent video, Jesse claimed that they film every Christmas. Number 62. Here's the most damning piece of evidence in this video. Where are their dogs? While the family opened gifts, the dogs are not present at all. This seems like a weird thing to point out at first, but when Jeffrey takes the camera and follows Jesse outside where the tree is burned, you can hear them barking. They are clearly locked up in the outdoor pen that the Ridgway family has. Why would the dogs be locked up outside while they open Christmas gifts inside? It's almost as if they knew that there would be a big fire in the parking lot and broken ornaments all over the place, and they wanted to keep the dogs away from it. This isn't the last time that the dogs being locked up would give away that these videos are planned, but it is the first time. Number 63. In 2015 new video and channel changes, Jesse mentioned something about a series of skits that will run around 40 episodes or 4 seasons that would run through 2015 and end around January, though it might continue. Many people believe that he was openly referring to the Psycho series here, saying that it would be character-driven. Later on, he would claim that he was talking about a series called Belly Button Worms and that it would star stuffed animals. Many people believe that that's a cover-up and that he was actually referring to the Psycho series. Well, there are arguments for this, there are arguments against this. To argue against it, I would state that there have already been several Psycho videos when he said this, but that's about the only argument against it. On the other hand, there are now 40 Psycho videos and it is January. It coincides with Jesse declaring he'll be moving out of the house, meaning that he'll have to come up with content that doesn't necessarily revolve around his dad breaking shit. That being said, he also said that it might continue, which either means that he'll find some excuse not to move out, such as his dad stealing money from him, or he'll find a way to do Psycho videos anyway. Regardless of how strongly this indicates the fakeness of the videos, it is at the very least highly suspicious, especially since although there were Psycho videos before this, they didn't become deeply character-motivated, as Jesse puts it, until 2015. They were literally one-off videos of his dad or his brother or whatever breaking shit and causing chaos, but they didn't follow a real storyline until around this video. I should also mention that Jesse never mentioned the 40-episode series again until after another YouTuber called Mashable made a video calling him out on this old announcement. Right after that, he casually threw out a mention to the Belly Button Worms being the 40-episode series. Once again, suspicious. Number 64. Next, we have the video that actually went a long way to convince a lot of people that these are actually real, Psycho Dad Rage Stream, because it was originally broadcast live on Twitch, and if you pause the video, you can see a lot of the chat is saying that they now believe that this is real. However, I give you another way of thinking. It was also around this time that due to the many, many mistakes made in production of the Psycho videos, and the fact that they aren't really that believable to begin with, Jesse's comment section was overflowing with people accusing him of being fake. And it was around that time that videos like the one that you're watching right now exposing him were starting to become popular. This was clearly done as a reaction to fool more children into believing that they are real, so that Jesse would continue getting more views, more likes, more subs, and more money, and of course, more fan mail crap. So what makes this one fake? One simple thing. The video begins with Jeffrey watching Jesse on Twitch and filming it. He has Jeff Sr. with him while Jesse sings a version of Kyle's Mom is a Big Fat Bitch in D minor, substituting Kyle's mom with Jesse's dad. Jeff Sr. gets angry because he's being disrespected, goes into full-on Psycho Dad mode, and bursts in and breaks shit. So what's wrong with that? Well, we're led to believe that Jeffrey was watching the Twitch, saw Jesse singing the song, got his camera and his dad, and showed the dad to get Jesse in trouble, which worked. The problem? Well, if you're a South Park fan, you know that song is like 90 seconds long at best, so how did he have time to see him singing it, get his dad and his camera, and Jesse is still singing the song? Not to mention that it actually starts at the beginning of the song, meaning that everything was set up with Jesse on the stream, Jeffrey with the camera in the other room waiting for him to sing it, and the dad watching. Either that, or Jeffrey and Jeff just happened to be watching Jesse on stream while pointing a camera at the computer, which really isn't all that believable at all, so yeah. The saddest part, if you look at the chat portion of the stream, there's a user named Dark1117. He predicts exactly what will happen. And he's not even the only one to point that out. I also want to point out that another user, SMPunkU, says, I sent you fan mail, I gave you a PS4. He has children sending him $400 gaming consoles, in case you wonder why he does this shit and why it irritates me. Number 65. This video also starts the storyline where Jeffrey is angry that Jesse has a YouTube Play Button award, which he believes he deserves since he filmed and uploaded the most popular videos on the channel. However, didn't Jesse say, while specifically talking about the Psycho videos in Welcome to Rigid Studios, that he uploads the videos? Man, you guys really need to keep your story straight. Number 66. So let's talk about Psycho Girlfriend Breaks iPad. In this video, we're formally introduced to Kate, who previously appeared in the Thanksgiving video and no other video ever. She was supposedly Jeffrey's girlfriend who lived with him, yet she was only ever seen in one video previous to this. She's been written out of the series. Well, here's the truth. Her name isn't even really Kate, it's Siobhan. She was dating Jeffrey, though they were breaking up, not because he didn't pay attention to her, but because of a death in her family. She was approached by Jesse to do the video, which she originally did not want to do due to the fact that she dislikes the psycho girlfriend trope and generally dislikes Jesse in general, saying that he is tense and rude and makes you do a shot over and over again. Also, she compared him to Joffrey from Game of Thrones, with the Iron Throne being replaced by a YouTube empire. I almost don't need to continue this point or the series anymore, but I will anyway. Anyway, the tablet seen in the video isn't even really an iPad, it's a cheap Asus tablet that they slapped an Apple sticker on. Why fake an iPad? Because it was going to be broken and iPads are way more expensive, so it made her look even more crazy. If you doubt that Siobhan, who came out with this story on Twitter, is the same girl from the video, well, here's a selfie of her with Jeffrey that she posted on Twitter. You can tell it was taken on the same day the video was filmed, as they were both wearing the same clothes. Here's a selfie she took for Instagram posing with the busted tablet, which she says was taken while Jesse was editing the video. Jesse, of course, later claimed that she stormed out of the house after the video, and then he later found the busted tablet in the dumpster. Number 67. In Psycho Dad Shatters YouTube Play Button, Jesse starts off with a scripted video in which he celebrates getting 500,000 subs, which was supposed to end with his dad pretending to break his play button. But Jeffrey steals the button and the brothers fight over it, leading to the play button getting broken for real. What's the issue? The button was already broken. If you watch the unboxing video in which Jesse received the button, it was damaged during shipping and was received broken. Most likely he got a replacement, did some cosmetic repairs to the old one to make it appear to be fine, and then had his dad smash it in this video. Number 68. Later in the video, while Jeffrey and Jesse are fighting over the play button, Jeffrey tosses it across the room, and then the two attempt to get at it. Why would Jeffrey, who was bigger and stronger, toss away the play button if he was attempting to stop Jesse from getting it? Well, he tossed it in the general direction of the dad, who then snatches it up and smashes it, so obviously this was done so that the dad could grab it. Number 69. Jesse seems to be very inconsistent as to whether or not he wants his dad to know about YouTube in the series. In the video, the dad makes the argument that the 100K award doesn't matter because they now have 500,000. But in the later videos, he claims to be ignorant of how popular his son is on YouTube and pretends to not even know what a subscriber is. Number 70. In Shattered YouTube Play Button Update, Jesse once again makes the claim that Jeffrey uploaded the Psycho video to his channel, wondering why Jeffrey just doesn't get his own channel, once again contradicting where he said that the account was Jeffrey's, or that Jeffrey used to have an account, or that he himself uploads the videos. When you change your story this many times, you will contradict yourself. Number 71. In Psycho Dad Pounds Nintendo DS, Jesse and his dad travel to London to appear on the show Virtually Famous, which features footage of both Psycho Dad shreds video games and the chainsaw and ketchup prank. During this, Jesse constantly plays his DS, which angers his dad, who eventually breaks it. The issue is that, as Jesse says, he is unable to charge his DS in London due to the different plugs, and at no point does he say that he got any kind of adapter for it. So after playing it in the car on the ride to the airport, for much of the long flight across the Atlantic Ocean, and constantly over a few days in the hotel room, how is his DS still charged? Number 72. I also just want to point out that in the car, Jesse is annoyed that Jeffrey is filming him, and he says he's just filming me playing DS. That doesn't even make any sense. But later on, he literally films himself in bed playing the DS. This is despite the fact that in other videos he constantly whines about not being able to show Nintendo footage on the channel. What game is he playing? Super Mario 64 DS. Number 73. Psycho Brothers' Frozen Lockout involves Jeffrey tricking Jesse into thinking that he has a package outside, then traps him out in the freezing cold, even getting him to take his clothes off and run through the snow to possibly get back inside. The issue? This is again another remake of a Waffle Pone video, in which Jack tricked Steven into going outside in his underwear in the snow and then locked him out. The video even ends the same way, with the mother letting the kid back in and attempting to warm him up. For someone who constantly goes on about how original and hardworking he is, he sure steals a lot of ideas from Waffle Pone. Number 74. In Psycho Dad Crash's WoW LAN party, Jesse, Mark, and Korn are attempting to play World of Warcraft in the basement, and Jeffrey annoys them by constantly disconnecting the internet, which makes Jesse start yelling, which causes his dad to appear and eventually break all three computers. Note that all Mark and Korn's computers, they're exactly the same model, an extremely cheap laptop that was also the same as the one broken in the Psycho Dad Axe's laptop. Clearly, these were bought just for this video. Also, this is just a personal nitpick, but LAN means local area network, meaning several computers hooked up to play local multiplayer, not the internet. It's amazing that a supposedly hardcore gamer like Jesse doesn't know this. Another nitpick is the obnoxious Doritos and Mountain Dew crap that is obviously put in there to play off of the gamer stereotype, especially since in pretty much every other video, Jesse is seen to almost exclusively drink water and eat healthier foods. And number 75. What's interesting is also, you see Korn's laptop is on the World of Warcraft main menu as he got disconnected, but when you see Zach's, it's literally just a browser window, almost as if he wasn't even playing the game at all.